In this video, I'm fixing my snowboard bag. Welcome to my bomb shelter basement workshop, where today we're doing a bit of a filler episode because I was filming this one last year and I ran out of time. So let's do a flashback to me with long hair. In this video, I'm fixing / improving my snowboard bag. So what is it I'm fixing? My bag is getting a bit old and worn. Once the snowboard's in there, it should make everything rigid so that once you pull it along, it goes nice and straight. But because it's old and knackered, what's happening is it's bending like that. And because it's bending, it's scraping across the floor. So I want to reinforce this section so it's nice and solid. I go away in 2 days, so I've got to get this done quick. So I've got these step protectors. They just go on the edge of a stair so you've got more grip. It's basically angled aluminium if you can't find one of these. I'm just going to attach it like that, I think. That's what I've got to try and do anyway. Now, if I put it on this side, my handle's there, so it's going to have to stop before that. So let's put a mark there. The reinforced plastic only goes to about there anyway. I do want to take it past a little bit. I've also got a flat piece of aluminium, which I think is going to go across there to reinforce it, maybe one there as well. Let's just chop it up and go for it. All the pieces are cut with no sharp edges. Now I've just got to assemble it, and I don't know whether to use a rivet gun or screws. When I attach it to the bag, whatever fastening I use is going to be inside the bag. Rivets, I feel, are going to be smoother, but if it goes through the fabric, I don't think it's got anything to grab hold of. So I'd have to put a spacer on the inside, and I don't know if that's going to work with a rivet. But then a screw is bigger and bulkier and potentially is going to fall off in transit. So I'm going to test a couple of things, figure it out, get this thing together. I've never used a pop rivet gun before, so I tested it out on a bit of metal. I was happy with how it worked. So I marked out the rest of the metal and started sticking the bag together. Okay, it is a little tight, but I think that's because this side here keeps flapping out because it's broke. That's the reason we're fixing it. I'm gonna add the other cross brace, which is gonna be tricky because it kind of flops around. Then I've got to attach it to the bag and we're done. Moment of truth time. Have I just fixed this, or do I need to go spend 100 quid on another board bag tomorrow? I'm gonna rivet the frame together first, then drill the holes in the bag. I'm hoping I can go through the plastic in the bag without coming out the far side. Fingers crossed. Couple of problems. The bottom sections seem to be attaching fine. No issues there, pretty sturdy. The side sections, they're not attaching. Obviously rivets have gone in and they've just not grabbed hold of the plastic strong enough. I've also run out of rivets that are that size. I've got bigger ones, that means drilling the holes bigger. But I also think the side ones are probably going to need screws. This brings us up to the part in the video where I had to stop filming because I was going on holiday in the morning, so I just had to concentrate on getting it done. In that last shot, you saw that I'd put nuts all the way along the edge to keep it secure, but I was worried they might unscrew in transit and then the whole thing fall apart, so I put longer bolts through it and put 2 nuts on each one. But when I got to the airport, the bag lady said they might catch on something, so I had to go buy some tape and just cover the whole thing up. And this is what it looks like now. As it's gone through the airport, it has been scratched and scuffed. All the bolts are starting to poke out again. I also forgot that I found some padded double-sided tape and I stuck a few layers of that over the bolts to help protect them as well. But it worked, it went on a couple of trips and it survived. But it looks really horrible. I want to check all the bolts are still intact, and it's snowboard season again and I go away in 2 weeks, so let's make it better. So here it is without the tape on, and it looks horrible, but the double nutted bolts are all super tight, super secure. They're not going anywhere. Also, the rivets I had put into the cross members on the base and the solid plastic around there, still nice and secure. They've not moved either. So what I want to try do is put all the bolts on the inside of the bag so it's got the smooth head on the outside, so it's not going to catch anywhere and I don't have to cover it in tape. Swapped all the bolts round, so the smooth side is on the outside, and it looks nice. But when I was undoing the nuts, I found the one closest to the metal was really stiff. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going to undo itself. When I put the bolts back through, I used shorter bolts with only 1 nut, and that means there's less chance of it scratching the snowboard. Now I've got to figure out what I'm doing with these ones on the underside, because if I flip these round, they're going to stick out of the bottom and definitely damage the board. Same with these ones here. I riveted these ones, but I don't know why I didn't rivet these ones. Maybe I just ran out of rivets. I've said rivet quite a lot. Rivet, 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 rivet. Everything's now all connected and looking super nice. It's all smooth on the bottom, smooth on the inside of the bag, apart from the bolts on the edges. And I have got some rubber tape. This stuff here. Now, if I try to stick it directly over it, it's just going to go around it and probably fall off. So I'm actually going to drill holes in this, push it against it, and hopefully that keeps it covered. That has worked absolutely perfectly. The rubber itself is really dense and it's 5mm, which is bigger than the bolts. So the board's never going to touch the bolts. The board might scrape it off in transit, so I am going to cover it with some duct tape as well, just in case. But I'm not sure what to do about these bolts here. There's no plastic framework here, so you can see they're just sunk into the bag, so I'm not even sure if the board's going to touch them. I'm going to get my board and test it out. Boom, straight into the rubber. Not going to touch anything along here. Same on this side, just bouncing off the rubber there. Perfect. So that is my snowboard bag repaired and completed. It no longer drags on the floor, and I don't have to worry about it getting flagged when it goes through airport security for having stuff sticking out the side. We will be getting back to woodwork next week. There's stuff gluing up behind me. This was a bit of a random episode because in 2026, I'm gonna try and make some money out of my channel. That means trying to get monetized, which means videos every week, which means I'm probably going to add some random content like this in and filler episodes every now and then. But that is the end of the video. So if you've got any tips, questions or suggestions, stick them in the comments below. If you do the subscribe thing, that would be awesome. And I will see you next week for whatever this thing is behind me. See you later.